Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Ultimate Edition Series, if I remember correctly, 23 or 24 Finn Balor. Of course, I am fairly excited to get into this one. We got this bad boy loose out the package from Wrestling Collector Shop over on eBay, so if you are curious, I want to say he should still have some more up on there. I know eBay's got him in for a pretty decent eBay. Amazon's got him in for a pretty decent price as well. But meh, it doesn't really matter. Either way, I finally got mine in hand, and we can go over all of these nice accessories that comes with the Finn Balor. First things first, of course, we've got this Judgment Day t-shirt, which has Finn, Damian, Dominic, and Rhea on the front. You've got all of their logos in a sense on the back, or at least I'd say some of them are their logos, because that would be what Rhea maybe, and then that would be Priest, Balor, and then I don't know. I'm not exactly too sure when it comes to the t-shirt there. Then we've got this nice non-hooded, really nice material on this little hoodless jacket. Cuffs are a little tight, I can already tell just by the way they look there. I'm sure those are going to be fairly tight, so when you put the arms in there, don't have hands in them. Guarantee it'll make your life just at least a little bit easier. But yeah, this jacket is actually fairly familiar. Do I have them up? I don't think I do. The original Finn Balor with the hoodie and shit, it's pretty much just like that, just a little bit different. Anywho, of course, getting into all of the fun accessories here, we've got 3 different sets of hands, a set of weapon or mic holding hands that are on the figure. You've got a set of fist hands and a set of pointer finger gun hands, and they all do include the hand tattoo, which of course does not include the head of the hand tattoo, because the astronaut on his hand the head would just scrape off like it did with the original Finn. Just realized my camera was a little out of focus there. But of course, with that, you also get 2 different sets of interchangeable arms. You've got this set that has all of his nice tattoo decal, along with his other arm that also has his other little bits of tattoo work. You've got 3 different interchangeable heads. We'll get into the newest one that is already plugged in onto the figure, or however you would like to say it. But first things first, a head scan I have never owned. We've got this teeth gritting expression, and it's not a terrible head scan having it in person. I wish the beard was at least a little bit thicker to match with the other head scans, but honestly, all around it is a fairly nice head scan. And then here's my main issue when it comes to these head scans. The differences in the hair alone is already enough to kind of make me a little iffy. Now this one is more closely resembling the head scan that's already on there. It is the Prince Devitt, that's what I was almost gonna say, but the Prince returned to NXT when he started doing the Balor with the X and all that kind of stuff. It's the original head scan that came on that Elite. And of course, the one last accessory I haven't gotten into, we've got the purple bandana with the skeleton face on it. Looking pretty nice. I like the way the sculpt is, though I wish it was a tad bit of a softer plastic. But enough said about the accessories. Kind of was putting myself to sleep there for a minute. Now let's get into the Finn Balor figure himself. First things first, this new head scan. I do dig the way this head scan looks. The fade on the hair is always like pretty nice when it comes to Balor head scans. God damn, I can't speak tonight. But either way, when it comes to this Balor head scan, you've got the nice smirk on there. I feel like for a Judgment Day Balor, it doesn't really work out too well, but then yet again, he could be smiling backstage with his friends. You never know. He doesn't always have to look like a dickhead, I guess you could say, or a pissed off man. You've got the X here on the sleeve. No X on the other side, just plain black sleeve there. You've got the purple towel or bandana, a black pocket mixed into the white with the black and silver here on the joggers. I do really dig this attire. I am really liking the way it looks. Of course, you've got the stiff knee syndrome, which, God forbid, you don't want to break your figure trying to bend the knee, so I'm gonna be right back to try to bend that up a little bit more. Well, once you do bend the knees, he does have some pretty good range and motion there as his heels almost touch his ass there, and the flag doesn't really hinder too much articulation there, though. Golly, the knees are definitely stiff on this one. I can't complain too much there, though, as of course I'd rather have stiff joints than loose joints, just not too stiff to where it feels like they'll break the fig. But you got the upper thigh cut there, you've got ankle rotation, and the what do you want to call it, the shoe rotation, where the shoe itself rotates now. I don't know exactly what to call that new feature there. The only thing that bugs me when it comes to the nice all white shoes is, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going to try to get it to focus in fairly well here. We've got socks on the shoes going over the joggers here, which I don't think makes much sense, but that's whatever. You got a nice little stripe of purple there, kind of tying into the rest of the attire. I don't know, I can't complain too much about this Balor so far. Well, might have found my first big complaint, BRB. Never mind, it was just a little tight, but the waist does move on this figure, not just the upper half, but the lower half as well. It just took a minute to actually get it to want to move. Speaking of his torso, though, I don't know if you guys can tell, but we have the uniquely sculpted torso for Finn Balor here, the definitive Balor torso, and honestly, I do really love the way this new torso is sculpted. It feels like it is just for this Finn Balor, and that's what makes this Balor, I don't know, I guess you could say maybe a little bit more prestigious compared to others, but nonetheless, why don't we get this Balor all posed up and we can just get into our final thoughts. Alrighty, you guys, we've got them all decked out. We've got them sitting here with the United States Championship, and you know, that is such a great look, especially knowing that that is the championship this man currently holds in my pick fed. Speaking of that, you know, we are currently working on episode 12's main event as we are recording. I actually don't mind this isn't happening out here, but this spot is actually happening outside the ring. Either way, doesn't really matter. We're here for the Finn Balor, and let's be honest, I don't really have too much to complain about. The head scans are a little iffy, though. Let's be honest, it's whatever. I like them. It's just I wish we would have gotten more new ones. The accessories, though, well make up for the lack, I guess you could say, of newness in the head scan department. My only big complaint here with this figure, realistically, will be the pinless legs. I just want my knees to move buttery smooth. I shouldn't have to feel like I gotta hit these things with like a whole can of WD-40 just so he can move properly. But everything else does move fairly well. He doesn't get like stiff leg syndrome or D'Lo Brown syndrome, as I like to call it, or as I dub it. It's whatever at that rate, though. When it comes down to it, I don't have too much more to say. So elsewise, what would we rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? Honestly, for an Ultimate Edition figure, I think this Finn Balor kind of hits the mark as to what you would like to see with Ultimate Edition figures. You've got many head scans, you got plenty of head scans, you got plenty of hands, you got interchangeable arms, something that's not always a consistent factor here. Of course, you've got the nice cloth goods and the face mask, pretty top tier in the accessories department, though the head scans were a little bit lacking and the knees are a little stiff. I guess in this case and scenario, I'd rather have it be kind of like that Eminem song, knees weak. We won't mention the arms being heavy, though, as we don't want the figure to fall flat on its face. But yeah, I'm going to have to give him a good solid, I think we're going to give him a good solid 8 out of 10 here. I highly recommend the Finn Balor, especially if you don't have a Finn Balor currently in your collection. But I feel like as far as Judgment Day attires go, this has got to be the best one. The chase variant of this Finn Balor and the all black with purple highlights on the gear and stuff, it looks nice, but it also looks fairly similar to the, 98? Elite 98. I'm not exactly sure what Finn Balor it was that came in the first purple and black Judgment Day gear that was produced. I really can't remember, and I'm sad because I own it, but I don't fucking remember. Hell, apparently I don't even remember Judgment Day's name. We just called him Judgment Gay. Anywho, when it comes down to the Meltzer scale rating, the 1 to 5 stars, the good old 1 to Young Buck match, I'm gonna definitely have to give him a good solid 4 out of 5. Kind of just match it up with the 10 rating there for those of you who are new. But I don't know, maybe one day we'll get a figure that's just so over the top I gotta break the star rating and give him a 7 out of 5 stars. Oh man, I almost dropped my camera at how ridiculous I'm being. I can't lie, I'm just rambling a little bit at this rate. So I guess with all that being said, if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. And if you did not like the video, womp womp, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to go check out some of my other action figure content. Like we mentioned earlier, we've got the pick fed, we've got unboxings, we've got action figure reviews such as this one and many others. So, what are you waiting for? Go out there and check out some of that content if you could for me. It'd be a big help. Get some more views out there. Maybe get a couple more likes on those like buttons there. Never hurts if you could, but you know what would never hurt if you could? Maybe just help me out with this one if you don't do anything else, especially if you don't want to subscribe to me on Instagram. Just give me a good old subscriber here in the subscriber count. We are currently sitting at 330. Yeah, 336. I almost said 333 for whatever reason. My brain is all discombobulated and effed up here in the House of Law, I guess you could say, or in the house where, well, I didn't build it, but some dude built it so I could rent it. Anywho, I guess with that being said, if you could, just one more time, please subscribe. And on that note, have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I don't know, because I'm not in your time zone. But if I were, well, would it at least be a good area? I don't know. But on that note, we are out of here. So, deuces, ooses, yeet.